Heavy rain lashes the runway in Phuket. Winds are shifting violently. Visibility is collapsing. A descending aircraft fights to stay aligned. Then, suddenly, the pilots abort the landing. They push for a go-around. The engines respond, but something isn't right. Instead of climbing, the aircraft slows, it sinks, and within seconds, control is lost. This is the story of 12Go Flight 269. September 16, 2007. A McDonnell Douglas MD82 departs Bangkok for Phuket. On board, 123 passengers and 7 crew. The captain is highly experienced. The first officer is relatively new but qualified. But there's a problem. Both pilots are fatigued. In the days leading up to the flight, they had exceeded duty limits, flying more than regulations allow. Less rest, reduced alertness, slower reactions, and waiting ahead, worsening weather.
Speed adjusted.
As Flight 269 approaches Phuket, conditions deteriorate rapidly. Heavy rain, strong crosswinds, low visibility. Then comes a critical warning. Another aircraft reports severe wind shear during landing, a dangerous phenomenon where sudden wind shifts can destroy lift instantly. Despite this, the crew continues the approach.
The aircraft descends toward runway 27. Winds increase from 15 to 30, then 40 knots. The autopilot is disconnected below 500 feet. Now, everything depends on manual control. The aircraft drifts off the glide path. Descent rate increases over 1,800 feet per minute. Too fast, too unstable. At this point, standard procedure is clear. Go around. And finally, the decision is made. The go-around begins. Landing gear is raised. Flaps are adjusted. But one crucial step is missed. The pilots do not activate TOGA, the takeoff go-around mode. Instead, thrust is increased manually, but the auto throttle is still engaged, and it's in retard mode, designed for landing. So when the pilots release the throttles, the system pulls the power back. At the exact moment they need maximum thrust, the engines begin to reduce it. The aircraft tries to climb, but speed is falling rapidly. Confusion builds in the cockpit. The first officer hands control to the captain, but the problem isn't recognized. The aircraft reaches barely 300 feet, then begins to sink. Warning sound, but there's no time left.
Seconds later, the aircraft slams into an embankment beside the runway. It breaks apart and erupts into flames. Of the 130 people on board, 90 lose their lives. The investigation reveals a chain of failures. Fatigue that impaired performance. An unstable approach continued too long. Failure to execute a proper go-around. And critical misunderstanding of the auto-throttle system. But it didn't stop there. Investigators also uncovered deeper issues. Weak training standards, poor oversight, and systemic safety failures within the airline. 12Go Flight 269 wasn't brought down by weather alone. It was a combination of pressure, fatigue, and missed procedures, all converging in a matter of seconds. A reminder that in aviation, even a second chance, like a go-around, must be executed perfectly.
Learn more about aviation safety. Subscribe for more investigation videos.